Welcome. In this video, we continue on to Mission 2 for REICHBUSTERS Projekt Vril, Reich Man for the job. Our mission briefing. The SOE High Command has authorized pushing further into the castle to recover Professor Markham. Whilst caution is still advised, the REICHBUSTERS understand that pushing this deep into the lair of the enemy will have consequences, and engaging the enemy may be unavoidable. Your mission is to find Professor Markham and get him out of the castle so that he can be escorted safely to Allied soil and spill the beans on this new Nazi super weapon. So our objective, escort the lead scientist out of the castle. Special rules, place a scientist and an escort token to represent the lead scientist, Experiment 601 and a tracking bomber in Objective Room 12B, and make the room suspicious. So I've got that set up down here. So as far as the escort token, that's something we can pick up like a piece of gear or something, put on us, and he'll follow us around. And he is also not considered to be an enemy or a hero unit. As far as our turn track, we've got 4 rounds in pre-alarm, 4 rounds in post-alarm. So that means during these rounds, we get to pick our hero order. These rounds that'll be randomized. Our enemies that we'll be facing. Got officers, soldiers, zombies, dogs, Experiment 6XX, Experiment 601, another row for soldiers, tracking bomber, and our scientist. So you can see range units, we've got the officer and soldier. Everyone's got melee, and the experiments are pretty nasty. And as far as defense, anywhere ranging from 3 to 7 on the zombies, the experiments up to 6. And yes, the tracking bomber does blow up and go boom on us. So as far as our map, we've got it set up like so down here. So we've got our entrance, our exit, so we can go straight through the center or detour around some edges. My plan is just to go straight up the center. We do have 2 locked doors. Our exit door is a value 3 noise, 2 noise, 3 noise, and then we've got a lot of 2s and 1s throughout. Quentin starting off, we've got his base 2 cards, and he picked up Urata and By Jovi. For Claudine, her base 2 cards, and Alonzi and Retaliate. For Sarge, he's got Pineapple and Let's Go. And Red Hawk coming in with Clear the Way and Assassin. And from our previous mission, we had some extra tokens, so I've given the armor-piercing bullets to Red Hawk. Sarge is coming in with the Dog Biscuit. Quentin has the Grenade. And Claudine got the upgrade point with counter, so after she's attacked, we can spend a special to have her attack back. And I think that gets us ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and have Quentin go first. First action is to open a door with a noise of 1. I'll move my tray over here. And he starts out well. Second action will be to move in. And he will end his turn. And this is going to be very boring. We're going to have Claudine move for 1 action. Draw 2 cards. Resistance Fighter and Sacred Blue. Sarge will do the same. Can keep it up and light him up. And Red Hawk. Getting Pathfinder and Das Vidanya. So we've done our hero turns, and after each hero turn, there was no enemy turn because we didn't have any units on the board. So end of the first round, any player with fewer than 5 cards draws 1. Quentin is the only one that meets that criteria, so he gets God Save the King. Don't have any tokens that need to be taken care of, other than we should have a all clear on that one. Advance the round mark at around 2. And all our tokens come back. We're going to keep the order similar. We're going to have Quentin go first. His first action is going to be to draw 2 cards, as he got left out last time. Getting Chin Chin and Pip Pip. Then he will open the door. This one has a value of 2. We'll keep that roll there. So for noise, it was noisy. We'll add 1 to our total. And we end up getting a 3. which is the best we can do, so we did not meet the threshold there. We do have line of sight to an enemy unit, so we'll spawn that. And we find, looking at our chart here, a B and a C is going to be a soldier and a zombie. And the room is going to be suspicious. So looking at our zombie, it said no range, good fighter, great defense. Meat shield, heroes may not make range attack against other enemies in the meat shield's area while it is a valid target. And it ignores suppressed effects. And our soldiers, range, they've base value of 4. They do have a range of 2. Fighting's okay, defense of 4. They are a bodyguard. So heroes are unable to target officers or Vril Meisters while a bodyguard unit is in the same area. Additionally, this unit gains +1 attack when in the same area or tile as an officer or Vril Meister. This unit gains +1 defense while at a guard point. We do have a guard point back here. And he's got guard. This unit begins its activation in an area with a guard point. Count how many guard units are in that area. There are fewer than 5 guards in total. The unit will remain in that area. So looking into that, we're going to bring out the Rain of Death. Free action, we'll discard it. It makes no noise. We get to make a +1 lethal range attack on 3 enemy units. So it does not mean 3 attacks. We just get to choose 3 units, but we only have 2 to look at. We will use his bow. Got a range of 3, gets us a base 2 attack dice. No noise. Precise means our blanks will count as a 1. But because of the card, we get 1 additional attack dice, and blanks can be re-rolled. So since it's a ranged attack, it's got to go after the zombie first with a defense of 6. With his ability, he gets to re-roll the blanks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And actually, it is a defense of 7 on those. And we can spend this to have him drop some loot. Then his next attack will be on the soldier. We can re-roll that. That will count as a 1, so 5 damage. The soldier is now gone. We now have line of sight to this room. So you can see the munitions crate. Remove this card from the game. Place 3 face-up of those tiles in this area. So it's those. Assume these are going to be weapons of some sort. And we'll spawn this unit, which is going to be 2 soldiers. And the way I'm playing this is, we took out 2 more popped up. We still have 1 more enemy attack left in us. We can re-roll here. So we've got 5 damage, and we can make one of these guys drop some loot. Then we'll play another free action, no noise, in either order, move on and make an attack. So we'll go ahead and move in here, use our bow on that. We don't get the +1 attack die there, looking for a 4. It is precise, so we do get 4. And with that, we get to learn about gaining heroic points. So pacifying a room, a hero may gain a randomly drawn heroic point each time they pacify a room or corridor. Must be done in a single turn, must involve killing all enemy units, at least 4. So we had 2 back here and 2 there. And cannot use heroic points. So we'll gain a random heroic point. And he found a defensive 1. And basically what we can do with those, they help us level up in between games, but also before a test, we can spend 1 to automatically succeed. And after a test, spend 2 to change a failed test to a success. So Quentin was very heroic, came in here and cleared the room. is a good first player. We'll have Claudine go next. We'll have her move up one space. And then second action is going to be to pick this up. So that's going to be a noise of 1. Getting a 1. She made a scraping sound. To cover that up, we're going to discard a card, and we are under the threshold. And we will discard Resistance Fighter. So what did we find? We found a red ball. So that, we can use this as part of a ready equipment action to remove that token, which is drained. So if we had a Vril weapon and it were drained, we could fill it up with this Vril container. So that was her 2 actions. We'll have Sarge go next. His first action, we're going to make it a move, but we're going to give him +1 to that so he can move 2 spaces. And his second action, he's going to see what that soldier dropped. And make a lot of noise doing it. So 3 noise. Oops, discard 1 card, and we were under the threshold, thank goodness. Really like the cards he's got. Got a lot of assistance there, but I think we'll get rid of Light 'em Up. And see, we found some keys. And that we can use to unlock an open door action taken by this hero. Can open a locked door. So that's going to come in very handy with 2 locked doors in front of us. Then we will have Red Hawk move up 1 space. And draw into Seeing Red and Headshot. So once again, we went through all that without enemies getting a turn. So end of the round. Quentin has 5 cards. Claudine has 5 cards. Sarge has 4, so he'll draw into Here's the Plan. And Red Hawk is hoarding 8 cards. We'll advance the mission tracker. This token will come off since there's no enemy units in there. And the round markers come back. We will have Sarge go first. His first action is to pick up this crate and see what he can find. Or do we want him to go ahead and open the door up? We'll open the crate. Maybe that'll get the door open anyway. So noise is going to be a 2. If it's too loud, discard a card or add 1 to the total. I think we'll go ahead and add 1 die to that total. And it's going to take us up to 5. So an enemy patrol appears and it is suspicious. This is our closest door. I guess first we get to see what we were looking for. So he found himself a helmet. Looked like it's going to give us +1 defense die. That's a quick way to get doors open. And that's bringing in a level 1 card. So they're coming in and immediately become suspicious. And now it sees us, so it goes alert. And it's a soldier and his dog. And since he meant to do that, he's going to say, I got this. So free action, discard it. It's going to make noise with whatever weapon he uses. Each hero on the same or an adjacent tile may move 1. We'll go ahead and let everyone move up. He had the option to move, but he can't leave an area with enemy units to an area without enemy units. Then he can make 2 +1 lethal attacks, making the noise of whatever weapon he has. And of course, he's sitting on a revolver with a noise of 2, or a machine gun with a noise of 3, which he can't use in melee, but the versatile will let him use the gun in melee. Or he has the option of making an unarmed melee attack, regardless of our weapons, with just 1 die and no noise, which he's going to do. So he gets a 1 for going unarmed, 1 for this. It's lethal, so we can re-roll our blank results. We will go on the soldier first. We can re-roll the blank because of lethal. Getting into that, so he's got a defensive 4, so we take him out and make him drop some loot. Second attack goes on the dog. Once again, and we'll have to spin that because he's got a defense of 5. They do not drop loot, so we'll just keep on rolling. And we had more than enough to take out the poor dog. Then as a free action, he's going to give his keys to Claudine. So with keys in hand, Claudine's going to move ahead for her first basic action. Second basic action, she's going to open this door since she has the keys. Noise of 2. Getting 3. So close call. Reroll 1 non-blank. Getting another blank, so we are underneath that threshold, so nothing happens there other than we see all this nastiness. So this is going to go to alert. These 2 units are going to pop out. 3 soldiers are going to come in, along with 2 more soldiers. So we've seen the soldiers before. For the lead scientist, he's got 2 wounds. Of course, we don't want to kill him. We want to capture him. He is a coward. This unit will not move into the same area as a hero and will move out of an area containing a hero during the action stations phase if possible. Coward takes precedence over guard. He does enhance zombies and experiments, gain +1 attack while on this unit's tile. The tracking bomber, which that is scary. 6 defense, immune to grenade attacks. The bomber makes a melee attack or is wounded by a ranged attack, it explodes. This causes a boom, which pre-alarm moves this twice. Post-alarm, we draw a noise card and do the top and bottom. Does a wound to all units in the area. The bomber is destroyed. Note that he does not explode if wounded in melee. No hands. This unit cannot open or unlock doors. And it's got scuttle. Unit gains fast if it has line of sight to a hero during the action stations phase. So handle with care. Then experiment 601. 2 wounds. Unit gains fast if it has line of sight to a hero during the action stations phase. So we have moved and opened a door. That's her 2 basic actions. She does have the vengeance ability, which is why I gave her the key. Once per turn, this hero may move 1 if this allows him to move into melee. She is certainly moving into melee. Then, the other reason why I wanted her to open the door, she's the Angel of Death. So free action, discard it, making no noise. We get to make a +1 melee attack on each enemy unit in our area. And she is going to use her precise knife, giving her 2 base dice and +1 for that. And her knife is also precise. So like I said, blanks can become 1s. So we'll just start on the soldiers. First one, we are getting a 6. Second soldier, getting another boost, which becomes a 1, and we can use 1 to make him drop some loot. Next soldier, 5. Next on the list, 8. Well, I'm using all these high rolls when I probably should have went after the biggies first. Next soldier, 3 blanks. Which turn into 3 hits. So we missed the soldier. We'll go into this guy, needing 6. Getting 6, thanks to being precise. So beat up in melee, he does not explode. Then we also need 6 on that guy. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throw in another dice. Into another dice. So we've got enough to take him out, and we can have him drop. Oh, no, we didn't kill him. We just did 1 wound to that guy because he's got 2 wounds. So we are done with Angel of Death. But now she's going to go from Angel of Death to She's a Lady. Free action. This card is stay in play till the beginning of her next turn. No noise. She gets to make a +2 lethal melee attack on 2 enemy units. And she'll have +2 defense until the beginning of her next turn. So once again, using her knife, gives her a base 2. And the other 2 is from the card. And they are lethal. We'll go on the soldier first. More Than Dead. Dropping some loot. And then on this guy needing a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can re-roll that. 7. So he is out. And dropping some items. She's cleared a room. Like I said, this guy does not count as an enemy or hero. So she'll gain a random heroic point. And this one comes into a wild. She will end her turn, so this room is cleared. We do go to the enemy turn, but he doesn't count as an enemy. So since he doesn't really count as an enemy, I don't think he gets the opportunity to move since we're skipping all these phases. So I think he's just going to stay where he's at. He must be a scientist being held not of his own free will. So that was Claudine having a wonderful turn. And honestly, I did not expect this to go this easy. I don't see any reason to make a lot of extra noise. So next, we'll have Quentin go, and he's just going to move and draw 2 cards. Getting jolly good and good show. And Red Hawk, let's start with her drawing 2 cards. That's what I was hoping for. +1 basic move. So for her second action, we're going to move and modify it. So she can move 2 spaces. So 1, 2. End of the round. We've got tons of cards for Red Hawk. Sarge has 4, so he can draw into 1, getting Listen Up. Claudine had a big turn, so she's down to 3, so she'll draw into Bloodlust. And Quentin is looking pretty. So no enemy units here or here, so we'll clear the alert tokens. Advance the round marker. And see if our luck continues. We're going to start with Quentin and have him move 1. His second action is to open this door. 3 dice. I chose him because he does have the ability to re-roll a noise die. But I think 4 is looking pretty good. So we muffed it. We add 2 to our total, unless he gets extremely lucky. So we can't re-roll that. We'll go ahead and it doesn't matter. So he totally muffed this door. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect 10. All right, make the nearest non-suspicious room suspicious. So that couldn't have gone any better. So the nearest non-suspicious room is where he's at. Doesn't really affect anything. Quentin's turn is done. We'll have Claudine be the hero here. Her first action will be to pick up the escort token. Of course, she's no longer a lady. That would have went away at the beginning of her turn. And she'll walk out the front door, or back door. So that went way easier than I expected. So game is officially over. She moves out. All these people have line of sight to move. And this was definitely the luckiest round I've ever done. So that will conclude our mission. So the mission is complete. Rats, the Nazi forces know you're here. Not really. And what's worse, you've got the wrong guy. Uh-oh. The recovered scientist identifies himself as Dr. Kopf, a research partner to Professor Markham. The silver lining is that he knows where to find the good professor and is willing to lead you to him in return for his safety. With the enemy right on your tail, you've got no choice but to accept the man's offer and journey even deeper into the castle. So that is it for this mission. Before our next mission, we do get to level up. So after a successful mission, we will get one random heroic point. So I've got all those set up here. We'll just take one and find a wild. I'll go ahead and spin these on Claudine and Quentin. And this, some other lucky person will get. So with the wilds, we can choose from these four at the moment. And of course, defense can only be from this area. And Quentin is going to choose resilient. That will allow him to reroll each blank green and red result once when making a defense test. Claudine is going to become Die Hard. I've been having her attack a lot by herself. So when no other heroes are in your area, your attack gains +1 die and the lethal keyword. Then for the final wild, we're going to have this one go to Sarge to make him sneaky. And that will allow him, when making a non-weapon noise test, the hero may reduce the noise value by 1. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.